All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna start, now this self-portrait's only gonna be of your head and like the, kind of think of like your neck or the top part of your shirt. So the main thing we're focusing on is your face, like a self-portrait of your face and your hair. So we are going to start by drawing just a big, we're gonna start kind of like, let's say right here, and we're gonna draw a big circle, oval shape. Now some people might have more of a round head, some people might have more of a oval shape head. So I will include some little templates for you guys so you guys can see, but you can see this is not perfectly round, okay? So just try your best. You don't have to go back and start erasing it and everything. That's why we're using a pencil. So just follow along, and then we'll get to like if we want to erase something, okay? So then we're going to go ahead and draw just a little, you're just going to draw kind of a line, and you can see that these spots here aren't even necessarily even, but we're just going to draw a line down like that that'll represent our shirt. Now we didn't really put in a neck. We could if we wanted to, right? You could, that's a little bit more advanced, but we could put in, if you would like, you could do it like that, okay? So if you want to, you can do that. I'll stick with this side. All right, now we're going to focus on different facial features. So our eyes, our nose, and our mouth, maybe eyebrows. Eyebrows are like another step forward. So let's focus on the eyes first. And again, I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to have an extra piece of paper here on the side so we can have different types of eyes, because obviously everybody doesn't have the same eyes, right? Nobody does. So you can try out different, on a separate piece of paper, you can try out drawing different types of eyes. You could do eyes like that. You could, I like looking at different examples or pictures. You could just do the basic circles like that with dots in the middle, right? You could do eyes that are more like this, right? You could make them so they're even rounder up at the top, like that. But I would say the most common shape is kind of like this. So and you can either fill it in with circles and then do a little dot like that. Okay, so there's just a few different ways right there. And again, I'll share some different images that you could put, that you could use to help you come up with your eyes. Now, remember, I would love for you to be looking at a mirror when I do these in person. I have little mirrors that I set up for all of my first graders to look at, and I tell them that I want them to look at themselves in the mirror constantly. When you're doing a self-portrait, right? A self-portrait is a portrait of yourself. A regular portrait could be of any person. You could do a portrait of, you know, a movie star, or a portrait of Mickey Mouse, or whoever it is, but a self-portrait is of yourself. So I want you to look at your facial features, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your hair, maybe you have freckles, and I want you to make the picture look as much like you as you can. All right, so I'm going to go back over to my paper, and I'm going to go ahead and draw some eyes. And you can see they're not the same size. That's okay. The other thing is, you don't have to draw the little dot in the middle yet, because we are going to go back and color these, not today, but we are going to go back and use crayon for these different things. So there's two eyes. As you can see, they're not the same size. That's okay. Again, these aren't going to be perfect. They're first grade self-portraits, so they're going to be however you make them, and they're not going to look 100% realistic. We're going for looking at the shape of the eyes and the nose and the mouth. So they might look a little cartoony, and that's okay. Now, for the nose, there's different shapes. You could do like a triangular nose. You could just do a line like that. Some people do kind of like an upside down heart looking thing. Some people do something like that. Maybe a little triangle. Some people do something more like that. So it's kind of how you see your nose, right? So again, I will include a little thing with some noses on there that you guys can see and use. And then of course I want you looking in the mirror to see how you feel your nose looks to draw. All right, moving that aside, I'm going to do just a little, I'm actually going to do a nose like this. Okay, and then our mouth, right? Our mouth, you could draw lips with a line like that. You could draw just a basic smile like that. You could do the same thing, but keep it so that it's open. And maybe you could even draw in teeth if you want to, right? Maybe your mouth is open, so like a circle. Maybe your mouth is kind of tiny, like small. Maybe you're gonna do something bigger like this, okay? All different ways to do your mouth. And maybe it has to do with how you're feeling right now too. So when you're looking at yourself, are you smiling? Are you happy? Are you having just an okay day? So that will depend on what your portrait looks like too. Maybe your mood. All right, I am gonna go with a, that's how my mouth is gonna be. All right, now, some more advanced features that you wanna think about, and you don't have to do these. Well, hair I would like you to do. You can do ears, and you wanna look at the mirror and look in your mirror and see like where are your ears compared to where your eyes and your mouth are. So like, you know, they're gonna be kind of in between there, right? If I have my eyes and my mouth, they're in between. Okay, maybe you have earrings on. You could do some earrings. And then of course, hair. So I have very curly hair, and I'm actually going to wait until I go in with my crayons, but I could draw some lines in right now, and my hair comes down to past my shoulders down here. So it's gonna be all over the page. It's gonna, if it was a picture, this would be, my hair would be going off the page. Right, so I'm gonna go in with crayon later and color all that and then go like that. But maybe you have short hair. Maybe it comes to like right here. And maybe you have bangs. Maybe you have a part right here, right down the middle. Right? And then you would erase this line right here and color that in. So, and then yeah, maybe you have bangs, right? And then we would fill that in with crayon. For a boy haircut, maybe you have like spikier hair. Maybe it's hanging down in the front. Right, kind of like that. Or if this is your head, maybe it just kind of comes down a little bit in the front of your head right there. So I will also include some designs for that as well, for hairstyles. Okay. So that's all we're going to do for today. We're only drawing with a pencil our facial features, looking in the mirror, paying close attention. When we go back next week with crayons, we'll talk about how to do skin tones, like the realistic colors of your mouth, your eyes, your hair, making it look more realistic by using different colors. And then we'll talk about what we can do on our shirt. Okay? I hope you guys have a great day.